I'm all over the place. Okay, so it started recording already. It is going to be, I got down a few questions, so I know it might be long. If it is long, like over the 40 minutes, then we'll just reopen the same exact Zoom. That way we can finish this training because it's going to be really good. So a lot of people or a lot of you guys are in this business, and something that I wanted to, you know, really focus on for the Zoom is how we are successful with the company. Because a lot of times, you know, we'll tell you, okay, you got to post, you got to follow, you got to add new people to your, you know, Instagram and all that stuff. But the question is, do you message? That's the real question, okay? And these girls are going to give you guys all their tips because I have seen them rock it out, and they definitely freaking message people, and they're not afraid of what people are going to say. So, I mean, the scariest thing they can do is say no. So I'm going to ask them each the question. Lauren, we'll have you go first. And I am going to ask them both the same exact question. And then that way you guys have to have a paper and pen. You guys have to be writing down notes. Something that I want to share really quick is that when you guys are doing a training, have a paper and pen, because after you watch a training, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so pumped up and so this. But what did they say? How do I go message? How do I do this? How do I do that? So it's so important for you to write down messages. Okay, I mean notes. So, all right, let's go. So Lauren, you go first. Wait, let's see. Is your audio working? Just double check.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Okay, cool. Here's your first question. Who do you message? I sound like a TV show.
I know. I was like, okay. All right, you guys. Hey, hope you guys are having a good night. So, who do I message? I message everybody, you guys. Really, it depends on what my goal is that week. Again, we should be having like long-term goals, and we should have short-term goals. So, for example, if my goal is to sign, 10 people, 10 customers in a week, I'm gonna message everybody that I know might want to be a customer. And this is people that are looking at my stories, people that are voting on my stories, people that are liking my pictures, and people who are commenting on my pictures. I message everybody I'm engaging with, people that are commenting on regular pictures that have nothing to do with It Works. I message everybody.
Okay, guys. Got that? Everybody. Okay, that is freaking amazing. Okay, Irma, now it's your turn. Who do you message?
Oh, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. I message everybody because I post about my business every single day, and if you follow me from the first day you follow me, you know for a fact that I run a business. So it's not awkward that I'm messaging you, because you already know I run a business, and if you had a problem with it, you would have unfollowed me right away. So I message anybody that views my story, anybody who follows me, like anybody who's liked the picture, voted, anything. I don't care. You know I run a business if you're following me.
I freaking love that. So guys, again, when you are building your Instagram, it's your business. Instagram should be your storefront. That is your business. So it's not awkward or weird to message everybody, because that's exactly what these girls are doing. Now, next question. Again, guys, if you guys think of questions, please write them in the chat. I think I came up with some pretty good ones, but just in case. Okay, what do you message, Lauren?
Okay, so before I used to use a lot of copy and paste scripts, but I found that really being yourself and using the ideas that I'm getting from other people and kind of making it into my own thing has helped me. So I don't have like a specific thing I copy and message. It just depends on the day, on what's going on what picture they liked on. But I'm either messaging them about trying a product or if they want to earn some extra income. Did you want like a specific script that I send, or?
Yes, if you can say maybe an example of what you would message to a business partner and someone like interested in the product.
Okay, so for example, if I'm messaging somebody that I feel would be interested in what we do. And I'm sorry, you guys, I have my son watching cartoons in the background, so he's relaxing. If you guys can hear his cartoons, that's what the noise is. But anyways, so I would just message something really simple to somebody like, hey girl, thank you so much for the love on my post. I'm looking for a few moms who want to team up with me and make some extra income just in time for Christmas. Would you be down to get more info? Like literally just something super simple, you guys. Because especially right now with Christmas coming up, so many people are thinking about that. You have to think like, and I always put myself in that position because when I first started this business, it was around Christmas time. And I know how much I was like praying and hoping for something. So I know there's other moms out there thinking the same. So right now I'm really hitting that topic on. It's almost Christmas. You know, are you down to earn some extra income with me? And you said one for customers, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for customers, it just depends on what they are, well, like what picture I'm going off of, what they voted on. But again, it's really something super simple. It's always like, if they voted, it's always like, hey girl, just seen your vote. So sorry to bother you. I'm just getting back to everybody. Were you interested in trying this coffee? Or were you interested in trying this cleanse? So when I made it with that wording saying, I'm so sorry, I'm just getting back to you, they're like, oh dang, like she noticed I voted. Because sometimes I might message them late at night when they message in the morning. So they're like, I felt like when I started saying that wording, like, I'm so sorry, I'm just getting back to you, but were you still interested in this coffee or in this cleanse or whatever? They're more open to start talking to me and, you know, opening up to me basically, instead of just being like, oh no, I voted on accident. I used to get those a lot and I stopped getting those a lot.
Yes, I freaking love that. I hope you guys are taking down notes because that was freaking good. Okay, so now back to Irma. What do you message? And the same, if you can give them an example of product and a business partner.
So it totally like depends if I'm messaging, like she just covered voting. So I'll cover if I'm messaging somebody who viewed my story but not necessarily voted. So I will keep it super, super simple. I don't overcomplicate it. If I posted about the wraps, I will message them and I'll be like, hey, thanks for watching my stories. By any chance, do you know anybody who's interested in tightening and toning their skin? So I will always, like, my last part will always like direct towards whatever product. So do you know anybody who's interested in losing 10 to 30 pounds, like whatever it is, if that makes sense. So I always start with that. Thanks for watching my story. By any chance, do you know anybody that blah, 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 right? And that's like as far as being a customer. Now, if I'm messaging somebody who liked my lifestyle posts, right? My lifestyle posts, I'm talking about like the business and what it's done for me or whatever. I will usually take a screenshot of what they liked and I'll include that with the message. But basically, my message is very simple, and I just say like, "Hey, thank you so much for or I really appreciate you showing love to my post. By any chance, do you know anyone who can use an extra $500 for the holidays coming up?" Or if I don't say the holidays, I'll just say, hey, I really appreciate you showing love to my post. By any chance, do you know anyone interested in making an extra $500 from their phone? So I usually would just kind of keep it like neutral like that. And then once they've seen like what they liked, then a lot of times they'll go back and read it and they'll come back and be like, oh yeah, like, can I get information? But it's the same, like, regardless of, you know, the product or like the post they liked. It's always the same. It's just the ending is like different.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, listen to this. What they're saying is super simple. It's not even something like a whole script. Like Lauren said, you got to be yourself, but just be short, simple, and sweet. You know, get straight to the point, but be sweet about it. And man, this is going to be good. I hope you guys are loving this. Okay. Okay, now back to Lauren. Are you scared that they will unfollow you?
Honestly, I'm not scared because there's so many people in the world. Like, to me, it's like, what if, who cares if they unfollow you? There's a lot of people, so I don't mind. I don't really think twice about it. If they unfollow me, hey, bye. Like, I can go and follow more people and there's always somebody turning 18 every single day. So it's okay if they unfollow you because you're going to get more people anyways.
Okay, so that is good. Sorry, I had to mute somebody because I keep hearing in the background. Okay, now back to Irma. Are you scared that people will unfollow you?
No, I'm not scared that somebody's gonna unfollow me, even when I first started with only 200 followers, because there's millions, if not billions of people online on social media. So I mean, I'm gonna follow somebody new tomorrow anyway, so like it's fine if they unfollow me. It's not a big deal.
And again, guys, we run our business on Instagram. So if they unfollow you because you message them like, hey girl, thanks for the love of my post, I'm just checking if you're interested. If they unfollow you like after that, who cares? Like they're not meant to be or do business with you. So that just means that it gives you more space for new people. Okay, so next question over to Lauren. Remember, guys, mute yourselves, or if you accidentally, click the microphone, just do that. That way we're not like interrupting this Zoom. Let's see. Okay, back to Lauren. Are you scared to message people?
I'm going to be very honest. When I first got started, I was, you guys, and I just wish that I wasn't, because I probably could have went so much faster than I did. So, but now I'm not scared to message anybody. Like, I'm just going to message them, whatever. But again, if you have that fear, like, drop it today, because you're hearing it from me. Like, I wish I can go back to when I was in my first, second, third, fourth month and not be afraid to message, because I probably would have gone way, way faster to my promotions.
You see, guys, telling you, if we can all do this, man, you guys can do this. Okay, so now back to Irma, and then same question for you. Were you scared, or are you scared to message?
Right now I'm not scared to message, but same as Lauren, we all started brand new as well. So what I would do when I would get nervous, because I'm an overthinker. So what I would do, I would just be like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Just send the messages, like set a timer, 5-10 minutes or whatever, and just message without even like thinking too much into it. Just message all the views, and then after that, then breathe like, okay, I did it. That's what like I would do. But now it just comes naturally.
That is actually a really good tip it's like a mind thing. I've also heard it on, what's her name? That one, Mel Robbins. She has like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing that she does, and then boom, she does it. Okay. Let's see. For Lauren, I'm getting lost with all these freaking messages. Hold on, because I'm scrolling back. Are you scared to message? Okay. Okay, this one's a good one. How many people do you message a day? You're muted.
Okay. So it really just depends on how my day is going that day. My goal is to at least message at least 70 people a day. If I don't get there, at least 30. So I'm like 30 to 70 people a day. You have to remember, time is everything. Me personally, I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3 kids. I homeschool. So, and I run this business full-time, and I help my team as well. So there's going to be days where I sometimes don't even get to my 70 messages, but as long as I know I talked to 30 new people that day, I'm okay. As long as I didn't talk to nobody that day, if that makes sense.
Yes, I freaking love that, because that's a really good number. If you already have been in the business, 70 should be nothing for you throughout the day. You can split that up. If you're brand new, I would definitely, and you're probably thinking, well, damn, like I don't have that many people. Don't be afraid to message the people that you already have until you start to grow your followers, guys. Let's see. Okay, Irma, for you, how many do you message?
So for me personally, I will message anywhere from like my minimum is 75 to 100. But honestly, like this last week, I've been messaging 150 people minimum every single day. So like usually my goal is to keep messaging throughout the day. Like sometimes I sit down and do it all at once, or other days, like if I'm busy, I'll like break it up into like little parts. But my goal is to get to a certain amount of potential. So I just keep messaging until I get, you know, a certain amount of people to like say yes, that they're interested, or yes, that they'll like host a post for me.
And that goes like too with me, you guys. Like we can message so many people, but like you should want to get a certain amount of contacts a day. So like me, my minimum like is like 30 new contacts, 30 new people written down on my book that we talked about something, whether it was a business or a product. Like that's the minimum. So everybody, you guys should have a goal. Like today I want to talk to 15 new people. And what do you have to do? You have to go message people until you actually hold a conversation with 15 new people, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. It does. And remember this, guys, like they said, like it's really just a numbers game. You're over here thinking like, oh my God, that's a lot of people to message every day. But once you get into a routine of it, like it's going to be really, really simple for you guys. And I just had a question right here. Hold on, let me read it. This is from Desiree. Now I feel like I'm on a radio talk show. Okay, it says, what do you say when you message that many people? Is it always different messages? So I'll let you guys answer this. Let's go with Lauren first, if you can answer what she said.
You message different, like is it the same message every day? Is that what?
Yeah, I think she's saying like, I think her question is like, what do you say when you message that many people, which would be like the same thing. But she's probably asking like, do you message like every single person the same thing?
Yeah, well, it just depends what I'm messaging for that day. Again, like me personally, I have, you know, we have our daily goals. If I have 5 codes left that I need to use by tomorrow, guess what? I'm messaging people all the same message about becoming a distributor. So I try to switch up my messages. I have different ones that I use, I kind of like put together, and I try to switch them up, but they're all like, if I'm using one that day, that's the one I'm using. I'm copying and pasting that one, and I'm talking to as many people as I can with that message. So I keep it super simple. This business is going to be a lot of copying and pasting. I feel like a lot of people forget that. It's a lot of copying and pasting, to be honest.
Shit, hold on. Okay. I hope you guys heard that because that was pretty loud. Yeah, she basically said that, you know, it's going to be a lot of the same thing. And it's so true. Like you will talk to, you know, 50 people a day, let's say. Well, let's say 25 of those or even 10 of them are all interested. And it goes the same thing. It's going to be like, hey, how are you? It's Tanya from Insta when I get, you know, numbers. And then they'll say, hey, how are you? And I'm good. Thanks for asking. And then you give them what you would give everybody else. It's never, unless like there's small talk in between. But with me, I know for me, my customers, my business partners, it's always the same conversation. And that's why it's so simple what we do, because it's the same conversation with everybody. Okay, so now for Irma, you too. Do you message the same thing to everybody?
So I message for what I need or what like I'm trying to accomplish. So for example, over the weekend, my goal was to sell samples that I had, right? So I honestly didn't really message for host to post because I like to keep my mind focused on like what I need. So for example, over the weekend, this is exactly what I was messaging. Hey, thanks for watching my stories. Would you be interested in trying a sample of the wrap for $25? I was sending that over and over and over again. This is what works for me. I like to write down like everything I'm doing. So I just like write down like, okay, I already messaged 5, I messaged 20, or, you know, like whatever I'm doing, like I'm just writing it down because I like to like check things off. So I just have like a little notebook where I do that. But yeah, I will message for what I need. Over the weekend, I wanted to make like sample money, cash, whatever. But if I need, like if I needed to use up all my codes, then I would personally only be messaging for distributors because that's what I need right now. So focus on what you need so that you can like get that done and move on to the next thing, and you don't have like your mind focused on like all these different things. But that's what I did. I literally messaged asking them if they wanted to try a wrap for $25.
Dang, that is freaking good. So guys, if you guys can please put your samples of messages in the chat, that way people can kind of like look at them, and then if they feel like using them or switching it up and all that stuff. Okay, so now back to you, Lauren. How many people do you message? Okay. Wait, I asked you, Irma, that right already? Yeah, I did. Okay, so do you message for products and business partners? This is for Lauren.
Yes, of course. I message for both. Like every single day. But again, if it's like month end right now, you know, we need volume, so I'm messaging like crazy for customers. But typically you want to message for both, yes.
Okay, cool. And then for Irma, you as well.
Sorry, can you ask the question again? I was typing the message in the comments. What was the question?
Oh shoot, sorry.
I was typing, sorry.
I didn't unmute myself. Okay, do you message for products and for business partners?
What I typically do is, even though I get a lot of votes on my stories, I still reach out, and it will be about whatever I posted. So even if I got a lot of votes on my stories about like becoming my business partner, first I message all of my votes, and then after that I will message all the views about becoming a business partner. And then as far as like trying products, for me personally, I've had more success messaging people on what they viewed, like the specific product that they viewed. So back to like, hey, thanks for watching my story. By any chance, do you know anybody that wants to lose 10 to 30 pounds? And then, you know, because they saw my coffee story. So that's typically what I do. And then if they're interested in a different product, because maybe they follow another It Works distributor, or they know that we sell a different like product, they'll be like, oh no, like I'm not interested in the coffee, but can you tell me about the cleanse? Even though I personally don't really post about the cleanse, they know that we have a cleanse, so they're asking me for info. So now we just started a conversation about a cleanse. Or they'll be like, oh no, I'm not interested in the coffee, but I seen that the other day you posted about wraps. Can you give me info about that? So that's what I do. My product message is about what they viewed.
Okay, I freaking love that. So let's see, for Lauren, do you message for samples? Like, let's say you have product on your hand, you know, keto coffee. I know for a lot of the newbies too, if they just started or maybe they have product laying around, do you message, you know, people to buy that? That way you can get that off your hands.
Yeah, definitely. I do message, and I always take a picture of what I have, and I always label it like samples going out today. And again, like I shared the other day, it creates like a sense of urgency, and people are like, "Ooh, she only has like 2 more left. I better hit her up." So I do message people for samples. If I'm talking to a customer and they are not ready to commit to the full price or the loyal customer price online, I offer them a sample, whatever I have, and they end up buying that in the meantime. So I do message for samples all the time. You guys got to. It's like money. Like you guys are. Whenever I have product laying around, I'm like, I have money laying around. So you got to think of it that way.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I freaking love that she said that. You better write that down. If you are new or you have products,
you guys, look,
they're ready to go. So. They're ready to go. I freaking love that she said that, guys. You guys better write that down so you guys look at it all the time. If you are broke, need money, anything like that, if I have products, I have money laying around, because that is so true. Okay, so now back to, oh, really quick, I didn't even put this in the message. Do you message for samples? You said yes. Okay, can you give us an example?
Examples for samples is I'll message people, let's see, hey girl, I'm just messaging you. I have a few extra samples on hand that I'm trying to get rid of. Would you be down to try something? I have coffee and wraps.
Dude, that is so freaking simple.
Like I let them know that I have extra on hand, or I have like a lot. Like when I put that I have extra on hand, they're like, oh dang, like okay, let me get some from her.
That is so good. Oh my God, that's so short and simple and sweet. All right, guys, there you heard it. All right.
I have another tip real quick on how I sell a ton of samples too. You know how like sometimes you guys do polls and then like you messaged the person and like they didn't respond, but they saw that you messaged them on the poll. So what I've been doing is I've been going back to like a week ago or a month ago or whatever, and because you can see your old polls, and I will see who voted on there. And just an example, I sell like a lot of wraps and coffee. So I will message somebody who voted on a like coffee poll before, but she didn't reply, but she saw it. And I will leave the previous message before that I saw that they voted. But now my message underneath is going to be like, hey girls, so I have some samples of the coffee. I'm not sure if you're interested, but they're literally just 2 for $10. Would you like to try it? And a lot of people are telling me yeah. So it's like they are interested. Sometimes they either forget to reply to you before, or they were like too scared to like say it or whatever. But like me kind of following up again, because I've already seen that they've shown interest in the past. Like I've sold so many samples that way.
Dang, these girls are dropping fire. Oh my gosh. I'm about to go message all my old votes right now. That way I can just like, okay, this is something. Hold on, can you hear me? Oh, I didn't know if I muted myself. This is really good. I'm not even like I can't even focus. All right, guys, listen to this. If you guys have product rewards from your conference ticket, you can, this is what I like to do. Before in the past, what I'll do is I'll tell people I have samples and all that stuff. Because they ship our products out so quick, I will let them know that I have the samples, but there's so many people like asking me for some. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have them out by a week. By then, you should definitely have your samples. Once you buy your, obviously they're paying you for the samples. So what you do is you go in to your eSuite, you order your product rewards. And then guess what? Like now you have more in. So with like you sell it all out, you already paid for it. You get me? So that was really freaking good. All right, let's go to the next question. It does say that we have like about 10 minutes left, but like I said, if we have to go over, like I'll just reopen the same exact one, use this exact same Zoom ID so you guys can get back on. Okay, back to you, Lauren. Do you think that this business is a numbers game?
It definitely is a numbers game, you guys, because like I said earlier, you can go and message 100 people, that's fine, but my thing is always like, how many people are you actually connecting with? So I get some people telling me like, well, I message 10 people a day, and I'm like, 10? Like 10? Out of those 10, no one's going to reply. Like nobody, that's my way of thinking. That's why I don't message 10, because I know maybe if I get lucky, maybe one will reply, but you need to message a lot of people to get a good number back replying. So some days you're going to have good days and you might send 16 messages and 20 might reply back, but it definitely is a numbers game. If you're sending 10 messages a day, that's not the same thing as actually having actually talking and having a conversation with 10 people a day. So that's totally different. If you're sending 10 messages a day, how many people did you actually talk to out of those 10? So definitely it is a numbers game. You want to message more people so you can have more contacts on your list.
Oh my gosh, I freaking love that. And if you guys are wondering where these people are going to come from, your job is to add new people, to go and follow new people on your Instagram. If you don't know how, there's an Instagram training on our Facebook team page where I show you how you can follow people from different states, different, all kinds of stuff. We'll have an Instagram training all together later on, but there's a really good video on there that explains it. Okay, so now for you, Irma, do you think that this business is a numbers game?
Yeah, I do think it's a numbers game because, like, for example, if I tell you that I signed up 10 customers today, right? Maybe if you're like newer, you might be thinking, okay, so she talked to 10 people and 10 people signed up. That's not necessarily how it works. It's a numbers game because like keep in mind that people get busy. Like a lot of people are parents that I talk to, so sometimes like they just get caught up in their life. Sometimes they have no money and they're just too embarrassed to tell us for whatever reason if they have no money, or sometimes they're just scared to sign up. So I can't wait for like Sally to decide that she's going to jump in on the skinny coffee. I got to keep talking to people. And when Sally decides, like, that's cool, but I got to like keep it moving. So, you know, you have to keep going until like you sign the people, but continue to be like consistent and like keep posting because you're watering the seeds. And like another thing I wanted to say is that, you know, even though you guys are messaging every single day and maybe you don't necessarily get the reply today, like this is the way I think about it. When you message somebody, you plant the seed in their head. Like when I message them, like I seen that you viewed my story about the wraps, like, you know, are you interested? She saw the vote, she saw the message, and now it's planted in her head, but she didn't reply. But now I keep posting every single day, and when I'm posting, I'm watering that seed that I planted. So what happens is that maybe like a week later, or maybe tomorrow or whatever, she's going to reply to me and be like, yeah, I am interested. I know that she saw that message last week, but for whatever reason, she barely replied to me today. So when you're constantly messaging people, you're constantly planting seeds that will either, you know, harvest today, tomorrow, next week, or whatever. But that's why you have to constantly be messaging different people, even if you necessarily aren't getting like the replies. Because if you guys look at your Instagram stories, you message that girl, she didn't reply to you. But if she's watching my story every single day, heck yeah, I see her every single day consistently watching my story. So I know for a fact she's interested, and it's only a matter of fact that she's going to reply to me and tell me, yeah, I am interested in more information. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that, guys. That is so freaking true. Man, that was so good.
Me too. Because something that I wanted to add is what I personally get from a lot of people on my team tell me, like, well, I spoke to a girl yesterday and she's gonna buy Friday. And I'm like, okay, well, we need to speak to 100 more girls and get 100 more girls that say they're gonna buy Friday. Like, don't just wait. Don't just like rely on one person or people that said they're gonna buy Friday. Like, we should have something filled out of like names of people who are gonna buy on Friday. If that makes sense.
Yes, that is so freaking good. Because, guys, how many times do we go to the store and we're like, oh, I'm going to buy that, and then we don't. And then we're like, oh, I'm going to buy that, and then we don't. And then, like, a month or two later, we buy it. People are exactly like us. They're going to do the same exact thing. You never know when you're going to sign somebody up as a business partner that's going to change your whole entire business. You never know when you're going to buy somebody, you know, somebody's going to buy a product for you. And let's just say they make a $200, $300, $400, $500 order. You just never know, but you planted that seed, and that's what's important. We're going to go to the next question. Okay, Lauren, do you follow up? Hold on, we can't hear you.
You guys are going to hear this from everybody. Like, even people that are above us, they're always saying the fortune is in the follow-up. And it's so freaking true. Like, I don't even care if I spoke to somebody just yesterday and they told me they're going to buy on, like, today. Or how can I say it? Like, I don't care if I just spoke to somebody yesterday and they said, oh, you know, I'll get back to you. Like, I always follow up the next day. I'm not going to, like, say, okay, I'll follow up like in a week or a few days. I follow up right away because they're like fresh in their head and they remember we just spoke about. I'm not going to let days pass and then let them forget about what we just spoke about. They're already excited. Their mind is fresh. We just spoke about the product or the business. They're obviously interested. They probably got busy. So guess what? I'm going to follow up until they actually tell me, okay, like, I'll order on this day, girl. And I'm like, okay. So once they tell me that, I kind of chill and I'll message them a day before they said they're going to order. But if not, I'm following up kind of every day if they don't tell me not to.
Yes,
like,
I
bugaboo comes to and they know me too. And then when I'm following up, I'm being super real. I'm like, hey, girl, it's me. I'm just being a bugaboo again. Like, are you ready to place your order? Oh, yeah, you know, I'm busy. I'm at work right now. So just be yourself when you're following up. Don't make it sound weird. Like, hey, I'm following up. Like, don't make it sound weird at all. If you make it sound weird, it's going to feel weird.
Yes, I freaking love that. We got a question really quick, guys, hold on, let me pull it up really quick. I just want to ask her question just so I don't forget. Okay, back to the products really quick. Do you guys think that we should be focusing on one product a day, or what do you suggest?
Honestly, for me, I pick out like 2 or 3 of my favorites. I know me, my favorites are coffee, celery. I also like the cleanse, maybe TFX. Like those are my 4 salad. Those are my babies. Those are ones that I personally love. So I always suggest fall in love with at least 2 to 3 products that you want to be sharing. And then sometimes, like that's all I share mostly on my page. So sometimes like once a week, I try to drop something new that I haven't shared. So like recently I noticed I really haven't shared about our hair, skin, nails. So I just posted about that earlier this week. Maybe next week I'll probably post something about our collagen or like something else. I try to like drop something that I haven't shared, but I stick to at least my 3 to 4 favorites. And I'm posting these every day. Like I'm posting how I'm taking my coffee. I'm posting if I take my TFX, if I worked out that day. I'm posting if I drink my hydrate that day. You never know what somebody needs, but always stick to, like I always say, always stick to your faves, to be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Irma after this. We are in less than a minute, so it should be shutting down any minute, but if you guys can just log back in, same code, guys. I'm gonna just end it actually, that way we can just start a brand new one.